What's good, everybody? This is Paul Tamayo, and I'm here with
Ethan Gatch.
And today we're checking out the brand new Nintendo Switch Online service. Basically, I was mentioning right before we went live that I'm gonna do this again just because I want to start up a debate right at the top of the stream. So this is the icon. This is what it looks like after you sort of sign up for the service using the eShop and you download the actual app. When you launch it.
Isn't it a beautiful Switch icon? People love their Switch icons.
Yeah, let us know what you think about
branded.
But look at that. I like
ever.
that. I like that startup screen. And you're not really that much of a fan of the startup screen.
Just an advertisement for the
controllers.
NES controllers. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess. So this is basically the startup screen. This is what you see. You can go in here into like the left tab, and you can basically decide if you want to play one player, two player, or online, which I have yet to tinker with just yet. But it's cool. You can if you do it and you connect. It says you can play while you wait, which I'm curious to see how that works. I wonder if you can just like play, I don't know, like a single player game or something. I'm not sure.
Or I mean, most of the games are the 2-player feature is just taking
watch.
turns anyway. So.
Oh yeah, that's true. So yeah, that's one option. You can also just play locally, 1 and 2 players, which we're definitely gonna do later. We might get some Double Dragon action or some River City Ransom. But yeah, just to quickly check out the catalog here. Any like oh yeah, also if you have any questions or comments, drop them in the chat. We've got our eyes on chat, and we got one question already. So if I get this, you can play Super Mario Bros. 3 with somebody else online. I believe so, right?
Yes, that is correct.
That's pretty cool. As you can see here, you got. I was just talking about Super Mario 2 and how it's like mysteriously not on this list, but
yeah, there's a lot of games mysteriously not included in this starting library.
Yeah, and they've said that there are more to come, which makes me curious as to like what's on the horizon. I mean, I'm obviously missing Tetris here. I could use some Tetris.
I think that's a big one.
Huge. What else?
Well, so it's clear they had a multiplayer focus here because the
Sure.
point of the service is you can play online with other people. So, they picked up a bunch of sports games. I don't know if anyone was really otherwise excited for soccer or tennis. Those games weren't included in the NES Classic when it released.
Yeah.
But like Tecmo Bowl, for instance, being able to play that online, I think
that's pretty cool.
Is pretty awesome.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I didn't even notice this until just now. But if you hit X on each one, it gives you a little description of each one, and it tells you when it was released too, which I think is pretty neat. But one thing I actually want to do before we jump into this is something that you wrote about actually on the site a little earlier today, which is sort of backing up saves for games. I have yet to do that, and I know that you have to sort of go into the settings to do it, or you can do it from here, right? If you go to options.
Yeah, you just go right down here.
So waiting to back up. Do I just have to so you have to manually do it for certain games. And then you can actually go into this other screen here, which then automatically saves it. But do you have to do this for every game that you want to back up? Or
So have you played Zelda at all today?
I haven't played it in a while.
Okay. So so what I was finding this morning was basically all of my games said they didn't have any data backed up until, for instance, I was playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe last night. So after I played it, I went back and checked, and it showed that it had uploaded the data, which made me think that basically it's automatic in terms of, once you have saved data in the cloud, it'll keep it up to date. But to actually put it there in the first place, to create the first backup, you basically have to either open the game and start playing it. You don't actually have to start playing. You need to get to the start screen or something, or you need to go here to the backup save data.
It doesn't seem like it's actually doing it right now.
And I think so the waiting to backup means that the process has started. So I don't know if it's just the internet connection here at the moment, but that's basically it's already started, which I think is why it's grayed out. So if for instance, you go to try Toad's treasure tracker. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like you're in
I'm in a weird
limbo, yeah. So for instance, you can see in the cloud up there, it says there's no data currently there. And so one of the big questions was, Nintendo said it was going to be automatic. So I think a lot of people took that to mean that without doing anything, it would just, as soon as the update was pushed out, all of this stuff would start pinging the server and kind of getting it similar to like Steam or other services,
like PS4 or whatever. Yeah, I was hoping that would be the case, but I'll wait and see. Maybe we'll check in later, towards the end of the stream.
And it could be something that they patch later, or it could just be that this is how it's intended to work.
So Gonna start off strong here. Gonna play some balloon fight. Do you want to get in on this?
All right, let's do it.
Hold on. Actually, I gotta go. I think I have to go back. Or if I hit. The cool thing is if you hit to ZL and ZR, you can do some things like you can create a suspend point, which I already have here, and then you can load them in later. I didn't know that they actually like save. I thought it was like for each playthrough, but they actually save for good, which is kind of cool. Let me go back and switch over to 2-player mode.
Yeah, and I guess you're limited to, is it 4 slots for each? 4
yeah.
save states. Yeah.
I don't know why you need more than 4 for balloon fight, but so I'm
Yeah,
switching, handing over my left Joy-Con to Ethan here. Oh wait, hold on. Here we go. Now we're good to go. So yeah, I think you got to hit. Yeah. So now you're in control. Now you're playing with power, Ethan.
It's the only way I play.
Okay. Also, wait. You're just playing single player? Or do you have to press the minus button maybe to start? How do we do this?
It's gonna be tough.
This is definitely like an experiment here today. Okay, maybe hit down. Nothing? Oh man, starting off strong.
Are you sure that you're controlling it?
Yeah, it's not me. So, minus plus SL. Okay, so you have to hit minus plus SL. Try that. Okay,
so
now
I went
you're
to first
playing.
player, yeah.
Now whatever, play some balloon fight. So what do you think of the selection overall so far, like the first batch of NES titles?
I think it's okay. I kind of I think Super Mario 3 is obviously like the strongest one.
Sure.
Gradius is pretty good, but I think it'd be fun to sort of play a couple of the sports games online, but I don't know. There's really nothing like a Metroid or a. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say Metroid would have been a nice touch, but maybe later. I don't know. I'm actually super pumped to see that Dr. Mario's on here. Dr. Mario's like a big favorite of mine. I also love puzzle games.
Yeah, and I was playing that a little this morning, and that's still solid.
It's
no
still good.
Tetris replacement, but it's still a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I also just like miss it's interesting how much these games like normally like I don't know, sometimes my first initial gut reaction is like I don't want to play these NES games or whatever, but I actually found myself playing 1 or 2 of these a little longer than I expected to.
Right.
I was like, oh wait, you know what, Dr. Mario is actually really good.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of those things. It's like, all right, no, I have no hankering really to play most of these games in general. But now that they're here, I'm like, oh, I should like pick them up and mess around. And it reminds me of when a lot of these games were on Animal Crossing for GameCube back in the day, and it was just the fact that you could play them within Animal Crossing made me want to like go play Punch Out and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And like some of them hold up. Like you said, you mentioned Gradius a second ago, and I'd actually never really played that game. I think I remember seeing somebody play it, but just by proxy, I know what it is. But playing it last night, I was like, oh, this game actually is pretty dope. Like it kind of holds up. So someone in the chat saying we have to back out. We have to exit to the main screen and switch to 2-player mode outside the game.
Oh,
Wait,
yes, that makes sense.
Like outside of the app, or?
I'm gonna pass it back to you. Yeah, so when you first start up the app, you select. It's where the settings menu is, and you can select some different filters for the games, which you could show people, and also you select whether you want to do 1-player or 2-player or online.
I can't figure out how to do the. There we go. That's a weird combination. Is the minus button and the shoulder button if you're using it on the.
Yeah, so this is probably a great time to talk about my little pet conspiracy theory.
Uh-oh, here we go. Open your third eye.
So there is some problems. One of the big complaints with Switch Online games is that there's no button remapping.
Right.
And so back in the day on the NES controller, the A and B buttons were right next to each other, and so it made holding the one button to run while occasionally pressing the other to jump like pretty straightforward and easy. But with modern controllers, there's 4 face buttons on the right side of the controller, and they're staggered in a diamond shape. And so it is not intuitive, we've kind of switched now to where the button on the middle left is the run button, and then the bottom button is the jump button. But for all of these classic games, it's actually the far right button that's the jump button. So I started playing Super Mario Bros. 3 last night, and within seconds died because I couldn't jump when I got to the first Goomba. And now it's not like the worst thing in the world, but it would be nice to remap them. On the other hand, Nintendo is trying to sell these classic NES controllers for $60 that are wireless and rechargeable on the Switch. So I think part of it is either they're just trying to really push those, or there was some technical challenge with, making button remapping an issue. That they said actually the easier solution will just be to create a whole new peripheral for it. And I think the fact that you have to select 2 players from the start menu of the app as opposed to within each particular game shows that there is some sort of there's a lack of optimization with some of these games.
I can't figure out how to press start. So it says minus and SR, right?
Which is the right trigger, right?
Which is exactly what I'm doing on this left control, and that doesn't seem to be working. Listeners, you can hear me clicking away here. Let me try it on the second one. Maybe it'll work on this. If I do plus and SR, yeah, it doesn't seem to work. Okay, so that's not working. Let me try hitting A. Nope. Yeah, so it's weird. It doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like it's working, at least for us right now, and I'm not sure why. That's bizarre. The suspend menu thing works though, so if I do that, that definitely works.
Right.
Let me see if I reset it. What happens here? Okay. Strong start. What's going on? Yeah, even the analog stick's not working. So we're gonna back out. We might just have to play. Oh wait, here we go. Select button. Oh, so select button is.
Yeah, well, see, that's one of the things for the old games. You would use the select button to navigate these menus, which is like a weird holdover that shows that these are very, they're authentic, but also very.
Let's try that.
Raw.
This may work. I don't know. Although I might be the only one on screen at the moment. This is so bizarre. You're right. It does kind of feel incomplete that you're not able to remap some buttons.
It's great that there's online play, but also.
Right.
These are far from what you would expect. For instance, if it were a virtual console, and they were selling each individual game for a couple $.
Yeah, so you can't even get in on this, right? You're. It's weird.
That's all right. You're beating them up. You're
beating them up.
We'll call it single dragon for this run.
I'm a single dragon.
I do think it's interesting they put the first double dragon on here. I think the second one is, widely believed to be better, and it's also the one that appeared on the NES Classic. And it's the one that I have the fondest memories of, but I don't know, maybe they'll put that on later, or...
Yeah, maybe they're just like, getting everybody... Oh, put that... Oh, damn, I always get hit by that.
Barrel to the face.
I always get hit by that. So yeah, let me see if I can figure this out, because I'm so curious now, like as a personal... Just for my personal curiosity, how do I figure this out? So let me go to the suspend menu, which is not working. Minus an SL, right? Or ZL. Oh, I get it. That's weird. I guess I'm not doing this right. There we go. Oh, so you have to hit that. So you have to hit the minus button and then the trigger.
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Let's go back to the game selection here and see if we can get this 2-player thing going, because I'm determined to make this happen. Didn't you select 1 player? Oh, I might have selected 1 player. Let's try with some River City Ransom.
Okay.
Let's see if we can make it happen.
Let's give it the old River City Ransom try.
2-player. Right? Okay.
All right.
So far, so good. Oh wait, hold on. I have to figure out what the hell start is. Minus plus SR. All right, that's. I think I feel good about this. Are you pressing stuff?
No, I'm not doing it.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I should need to.
There we go.
All right.
We're doing it. Ethan, we did it.
Did it. God, I forgot how slow this game moves.
Yeah. I do love the little facial. Oh, I can punch you. Oops.
Oh man.
Frick yourself. Let me pick this up.
Wow, this game is... I've been playing the series has been putting out games on the 3DS.
Which one?
And PC the last couple of years. I don't even know what they call them anymore, but they're all River City Ransom games. And I didn't think they controlled all that great, but we've come a long way in 2+ decades.
Yeah, for sure. It's also funny considering that yesterday, for example, Tim streamed the Capcom beat 'em up bundle, which I think is a pretty dope bundle.
Oh yeah.
I definitely want to check that out, because a lot of that stuff I missed. I definitely grew up a Sega kid, and I was all about that Streets of Rage life. But it's cool to also just play these games for the first time. Oh, cool. I mean, I've played River City Ransom before, but also the ability to play this with somebody online, even though you probably wind up using Discord or something as opposed to the Switch online app.
Yeah, I think it'd be perfect for older people who whose hearts are filled with nostalgia and they want to like reconnect with the sibling halfway across the country or who's in college or whatever, and it's like, hey, remember when we used to play that game over at grandma's? Like,
Yeah.
they got it on Switch now.
And like, or like the dad who's like, let me show you River City Ransom.
Right.
And the kid's like just dabbing, trying to play Fortnite.
I remember the first time I played River City Ransom, my brother had, it was like, I think it was long after the SNES had come out. He was dating someone whose brother had the game and lent it to him, and it blew me away. I was like, wait, so this is like,
You just
like
keep
an
walking?
open world RPG on the NES? Like,
right.
Why was no one else doing this?
Yeah, I mean, at the time, like just
You
being
can
able
eat
to
food
walk.
and get stat bonuses?
Yeah, like you could throw a garbage can. Like that blew my mind. I mean, granted, nowadays it's like not that mind blowing, but still. Yeah, look at that. Come on. I hit this dude with this stick here. Hold on.
One thing I love is the Switch Online NES games have their fair share of glitches.
Yeah.
It is not.
It's not perfect.
Well, it's kind of like I can appreciate like from an authentic experience point of view. At the same time, it's definitely also something that would be great if you could turn off or on.
Glitch mode.
Glitch mode, yeah, just like the original code running versus something more modern.
All right, how about we jump into something else? What do you say?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, let me figure out what suspend menu button is. Oh yeah, it's this weird combination back here, which I forget about. To game selection. So I'm gonna just play this for a little bit because I just love this game, and Dr. Mario is the shit. You want to just
combine it back up? Yeah, let's commentate for you.
All right, cool. Let me back out because I'm gonna need I'm gonna need both Joy-Cons for this one. It's gonna get real intense. Everyone buckle up. Yes, I remember actually like the day we went to the store. I was a kid though. It was like my older siblings' NES, but I remember buying this in the store. And also, we gotta do chill. It's the only way to play. This song is like, I think that at one point in my life, this song was my ringtone. That's embarrassing.
Really? Why is that embarrassing?
I don't know. Just ringtones. Do you even do ringtones anymore?
I don't even answer my phone, so I don't.
That's true. Oh God. Also want to say you definitely want to use the D-pad for this one.
Oh yeah. Well, such as it exists on Switch.
Yeah, word.
I've been having some issues with the Switch lately. Switch controls, yeah. Between not being able to remap. Well, that's the thing. So when I found out you couldn't remap stuff last night, I was like, all right, well, I guess I gotta buy the NES classic controllers they're putting out now, or maybe I'll just go and buy third-party 8-bit do or something. But I've been playing Undertale on Switch recently, and that game I've just there's a lot of sort of frenetic movements, and it's very arcadey when you get to battles. You're trying to move a cursor around a screen to dodge attacks and stuff, and I've not been having much fun with the Switch D-pad.
Oh, you mean on the Joy-Con?
Yeah, or even the
Pro Controller?
Well, the Pro Controller's fine, but like even the Joy-Con thumbsticks, they're I wish they had a little more resistance, a little more give.
Yeah,
a little less give. I actually think the Vitas have a nicer amount of tension in them.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a problem actually with the Pro Controller's D-pad. I think we might have even covered this, but like sometimes if I hit up or left on the D-pad or right, it registers as up.
Yeah.
And in Tetris, that's like killer. So
Right.
like when I got Puyo Puyo Tetris, like that used to mess me up so bad. Like when I didn't mean to like auto drop a tetrama note, which is weird. I hate using that word, but I guess that's what they call it. That's what the kids call it. Yeah, no, this game I can play forever. It's kind of boring to watch.
Oh yeah.
Or I don't know. You tell me, chat. But it's like one of those things where like I get into like a Zen like mode, and I just like I can play this for hours. It's so good.
Yeah, it's a lot more because there's in Tetris. It's very easy to feel like you're just constantly messing up,
Right.
Or it's like very obvious when you're not doing it right. But because there's like some more specific objectives here in terms of getting rid of the germs, it's kind of you can focus on something other than just how terrible you are at organizing these colors.
Right.
You're like, all right, well, as long as I just get rid of these guys, then that mess I created on the side, like whatever.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Look at that. Boom. Making it happen. All right, so maybe that's enough of Dr. Mario, unless we make this a 4-hour Dr. Mario stream, which I'm totally okay with, but I don't think that.
Start some Dr. Mario, Dr. Phil spinoff.
You just don't get it, do you?
I'm glad you had a Dr. Phil voice because I did not have one. I was like, wait, what does he sound like?
Yeah, I do random impressions way too much on the streams. All right, so let's back out. Oh my God, so much easier to just hit that suspend screen. Excite Bike. We mentioned this a second ago, but Gradius.
Yeah, turn on Gradius.
This game.
It's probably because I think probably one of the stronger games in the collection so far.
For sure. Like the music too, like just dope. I actually don't mind using the analog stick for this one. It feels a little bit more arcadey that way. I also love how like the audio sometimes will like the NES always had trouble like playing multiple things sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see it like cut out. Like, I always think that's pretty cute. Oh God! Nope. Sorry, if I'm trash at Gradius, everybody, but
It's about to be Doom 2016 over here.
Damn, shots fired. Damn, I couldn't build my fort. That's what happened. I couldn't do it.
So do you think there's a world in which you don't work at Kotaku and you don't buy the Switch Online subscription? Like
No.
how often do you normally play games online already?
Decent. Like
really on the Switch.
Actually, that's a good point. I used to play it way more often when like I was in my Splatoon phase. Like, I mean,
Right.
I played every now and then, but I don't know. That's a good question. I feel like, I mean, all my friends from back home have Switch, so it's nice to jump into like Mario Kart from time to time and like, hey, let's play Mario Kart. But I think that part of that appeal was just the fact that we weren't paying for it, you know, like.
Right.
But I think that it's also, I mean, I can't speak for everybody. Everyone has different budgets and different like situations going on out there. But like, what is it, like $3 a month?
It's $4 per month, or
month,
it's if you pay for the year, it's like a buck and change.
Have you played this, by the way?
Pro wrestling? No, I have not.
Yo,
And of the sports offerings, this is probably I think one of the strongest.
this one.
I've never played it, but everything I've heard is
Look at this.
a lot of love out there. For
Oh
this.
my
I know,
God! Look at that back roundhouse kick. Are you kidding me? Look, he's just smacking me. I keep trying to use. Boom.
Right? Nailed it.
Can you imagine it, man? Look how far we've come. Good Lord. Go fight. That's what it says on the side of the ring. That's great. I am like very impressed by the crowd.
You know what? I'm excited with now the fact that all these games will be playable online. I'm really excited to see what new metas emerge. You know, that person who's been playing wrestling in their basement for the last 30 years and just knows every exact frame perfect move. They're like, oh, you can't beat me.
Yeah, he like.
We get some leaderboards involved. We can find out who's the best at all the Excite Bike.
Oh man. Oh, this game is amazing. I'm just gonna keep trying to pin this dude. The crowd is like 100 times better than the crowd in the N64 wrestling games. That is very true. That is very accurate. I feel like sports games have a really hard time doing like crowds. Like you always see like an NBA 2K, like the guy walking up and down the stairs. Like, what's he doing? It's a freaking weirdo.
No, it's like in Rocket League. It's great because they're like little blobs jumping up and down.
Let's go. Oh, look at that crowd sound. That would have scared me as a kid. That sounds pretty alarming. Winner is you. It's like, oh shit. Damn.
Difficulty spike.
For real. What's the ref doing? I thought he was on the rope. All right.
Just bending over.
Had enough of this. Soccer. I actually played soccer longer than I anticipated last night. I had a lot more fun with it than I imagined. I'm gonna beat Brazil. Because why not? Oh yeah, it does sound like the sound from Tyson's Punch Out for the last one. Why am I not moving? That was a through pass, clearly. Oh, what's up? Get it. Oh, right off the bat. Come on.
Jeez. I will take this opportunity to say that of all the Mario sports games I want to see come back,
Strikers?
Strikers by far.
For real, where's Strikers?
Because I love soccer.
Yeah,
I'm not
great.
a huge FIFA fan just because I don't like simulation sports games as much.
What?
So it'd be great. The thing I loved about strikers, which is how it takes sort of the moment-to-moment feel and action in soccer, and tries to just focus on scoring goals and stuff, and not so much the idea of like actually strategizing a team and managing stamina.
Yeah, this goalie just walked away to grab a sandwich or something. Completely garbage of a goalie.
This is why they have online now, though, because you can play with real human beings.
I'm ready to go pro. I'm gonna be at E3 next year. On stage. Oh God.
I gotta talk to the people who programmed all the AI for the NES games.
That's actually a great idea. Pass it, man.
It's like getting ready to ship. They're like, we got like, half a kilobyte of code left.
Like the goalie's just gonna straight up walk away from the goal. So I don't know what you want to do about that. Oh, come on, ref. Can you tackle? Can you
I love it. Everyone's just on man coverage, and
there's no like formations. Nope, my goalie just walked away. All right, that's enough of this game. What else can we check out? You know what? Let's go back to basics. Oh man, crazy, wild and crazy. When people usually like ask like, oh, what game should I check out if I want to play games? I'm like, you know what? It's not a waste of time to check out Mario, because Mario does like the obvious like great job of teaching you how to play a game like within the first little bit.
Which is not something. It's something that's easy to not appreciate until you watch someone who doesn't play video games try to play a game, and you're like, oh, there's all these things I took for granted.
Yeah, exactly. I used to also love how he kind of stops on a dime like that, where he like lifts up his arm. I thought that was always really cute.
Oh yeah, the momentum animations in this game are great.
Get it! It's over for y'all.
Yeah, so I mean, who needs Fortnite, right?
Yeah, exactly. Look at this, kids. Come on, isn't this fun? Don't you want to go back in time when there was no internet? No Fortnite?
Yeah, when you could beat Super Mario Brothers in like 10 minutes and feel like you were awesome.
Yeah.
'Cause there's no speed running record board to be like, oh, actually.
You were like the kid on the block who had the world record. Man. I would actually, it's also kind of cool too, just like knowing that I have like Mario Odyssey loaded on my Switch here, and I can just jump back and forth and see like the progression, like I'm all about that kind of stuff. Let me grab this for the... But then of course, let me back out to the main menu here. Oh, if I wanted to, actually I wonder if I like, oh no, it starts me back over. I was gonna say, I wonder if it like suspends it if you just jump back in immediately, but
yeah, no, gotta use those save states.
Gotta use the save states.
You should show everyone the CRT filter.
Oh yeah, let me get some.
It's probably my favorite feature. I thought there might be more filters, but there's only 3.
I kind of wish they'd give you more options for like the stuff on the sides, Like
yeah. Oh, borders. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, borders. Yeah. So there's Pixel Perfect.
Again, something the NES Classic does, which
they sell.
Mysteriously lacking.
Yeah, exactly. That other thing sells it. That has it though. So look at that.
It's beautiful.
Oh, what an intro, man. I actually have the poster of this hanging up in my living room. And I bought the Famicom cartridge for this on my last trip.
Really?
Yeah, to Japan.
That's awesome.
So let's jump right in. Did you guys try any online or co-op play? We did a little bit of 2-player, not online though. So we have yet to try that out. This dropped like last night at like 11, so I definitely want to try that. I'll try it out tonight. I know that if you sign up, you can get like a 7-day trial.
Yeah. So you don't actually need to pay. I mean, it's one of those things. You can do a 7-day free trial. It'll still require you to input payment information because it's going to auto-renew after the 7 days, but you obviously can just go and cancel that immediately after signing up.
Oh.
So there's no reason for anyone to not try it out unless you're a child and you don't have a PayPal or credit card, and your parents won't give you one.
I'm really mad at myself for fudging that up real quick.
You did well. Again, like I said, I've opened this game up like 3 or 4 times in the past 12 hours, and I've died on this Goomba like more than half those times because I immediately go to press B to jump, and it's
you just like
there.
Run right into him. Yeah, man, how many like hours have I spent playing this? Like, it's one of those things that you just sort of know, like a good song, like you know every word, or like a movie that you really love. You're like,
Oh yeah.
watch this part, watch this part.
Yeah, I would say this is a close second in terms of my favorite Mario game.
What's your
Super,
favorite?
Super Mario World for the SNES is still my favorite.
Oh, I wonder what mine is. I don't. Oh, I don't know what mine is. It's also hard to talk and play video games at the same time. Turns out. Yeah, I don't know. I have a really strong affinity for Mario 64, just because I remember that Christmas so well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about smelling video games, which is a thing that apparently some of us on staff didn't know about, which is interesting. Wait, are you team smell your video games or no?
I mean, I'm not like, team like, oh, you should. I know that they have smells. I don't. Not making a point of sniffing them,
not
but
like,
you appreciate when you pull the wrap off. You're
Down
like,
with the
yes.
set. Yeah, that plastic, like that booklet smell, you don't get that anymore.
No.
A
lot of chemicals missing from the modern games.
That's true. Yeah, nowadays they just come with like this is becoming like oh son of a. This has become the old man stream now. We're like, nowadays games don't come out with booklets.
Yeah.
They just give you like one little like coupon thing that's like an online voucher for like a.
Yeah. Now there's just an insert for all of the DLC season pass content that isn't actually in your game.
Yeah, like here, get a pair of night vision.
Hey, you
goggles.
just bought this game. Wouldn't you like to give us more money?
How about more of your money? Oh, yeah, I forgot I could just do this. Ooh, almost messed up. Yeah, you see, for a second there, I forgot what was what. Well, that was pointless. Okay. Jumping back into the game selection here. Tecmo Bowl, were you a big Tecmo Bowl person?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Me and my cousin used to play all the time.
Here, so then you should take over, because I definitely wasn't. I'll take over chat here. Someone in the chat says, hell yeah, the new video game smell. Smell of cancer cheese. Yeah, I used to love reading. I used to bring video game manuals to school.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, check this out. You press A to jump. Everyone's going to judge you super hard based off of what you pick. Pick, like, the thing that... Oh, okay. Say something.
Gotta go with Denver.
I have no allegiance to any of these teams.
Me neither.
Loving the CRT filter. Hating absolutely everything about Nintendo Online.
I told you, people are
not
pissed right
liking
now.
it, yeah. Even for the free 7-day trial. It is kind of a bummer though that like Splatoon 2. See, I always thought that was BS. Like you get someone grabs your toe. What is that? I do think it's a bummer though that like you can't play Splatoon 2 online for free anymore, which I think sucks.
Right.
Like you can play Fortnite for free, but you can't play Splatoon 2.
Yeah, basically all of the free-to-play games kind of have gotten a pass. Arena of Valor, which I think just got announced that it's coming to Switch this week. It was in beta before. That's free to play. That won't require the subscription.
Huh.
Neither will Warframe when it comes out in November. And actually, someone was saying Jack in the Box 5, whichever the latest one is, also does not require it.
I'm curious though, like on PS4, maybe someone in the chat might know, maybe you know, like you need a subscription to play Fortnite though, right?
No, you do not.
Oh, you do not?
You do not need PlayStation Plus to play free-to-play games on PlayStation.
Okay, good to know.
Xbox, you do need Xbox Live. But
you do?
Yeah. I don't, at least for Fortnite, I don't know. Man. Crumbling under the pressure.
Oh man! First of all, Darkwing Chuck says he's gonna get the NES controllers for Ninja Gaiden if that when that comes out. Also, by the way, Darkwing Duck for the NES, probably the hardest video game I've ever played.
It.
It's ridiculously hard. It's basically Mega Man, but just Darkwing Duck skin.
Okay.
And I'm not really a huge Mega Man person. Not really a big Mega Man man. Ooh,
that was bad. Wrong direction. great because there's like only 2 buttons in the whole game, and I still can't figure out which is which.
That's how they get you. A 50-50 chance, and you're always gonna mess it up. Like,
Ooh, missed that one. Totally whiffed.
Oh, fumble! Oh, I thought that was a fumble. It's hard to tell what is happening most of the time.
Oops.
Ooh! That's what happened. There's no triggers.
No.
No, there were no triggers on the NES. Look at that. Man, that's simple music. It's beautiful.
Another crowd. This one's pretty legit.
It's
Legit
kind of
crowd graphics on
Yeah.
the Tecmo Bowl.
I've always been. That's the one thing that I feel like we'll definitely know we're in the future when we get the crowds right. Are there any good video game crowds? I can't think of any. I mean, outside of Rocket League, but they're just like blobs, right?
Yeah, you know, I don't know. That'd be interesting to rank.
Crowds.
Yeah.
I love this little like the play options they give you. That's really cool.
It's great. Well, and so, you know, when you played originally 2-player, you know, you'd have to try and cover up so your friend didn't see. But now you're playing online.
They'll never see. They'll never see you.
Or it'll just be me and just throw interceptions all day long.
Hope they add double dribble. Do you remember was it Michael Jordan versus Larry Bird?
I do not.
That was a game. And it sounded exactly like it was exactly what it sounded like it was. It was just 1v1 Larry Bird and Michael Jordan. It wasn't great. Oh, we should do let's do hockey.
Oh, right, yeah, you're playing this earlier today.
I don't know what does this mean?
Yeah, I don't know anything about hockey.
I encountered this screen yesterday and I was like, what? And they're all like little Marios.
Oh, I guess you're choosing
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Oh, wow, this game is pretty advanced.
Yeah, there is a save function, by the way. Beautiful dad. Which
Yeah,
is
so you
amazing.
can create suspend points.
Boom.
Up to 4, and then whenever you come back to the game, you can load them up.
You can change your dudes. That's what Crowbar High Five says. That's pretty cool. So you can have just a full squad of Marios. You're not even.
I was gonna do. I don't know if I have
you
to
want
do
the
the 2-player.
players? Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
I was actually kind of doing my thing yesterday. Oh, so I'm first player now. I'm the captain now. Okay, here we go. Place your bets. I'm I'm the first player. Ethan's player 2. How do you select? Oh yeah, I have to figure out the thing, right? Plus and SR is start. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna be Canada. Are you? Oh, did you pick?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this all seems
my
good.
people.
This all seems good. Here we go. I'm going squad full of Marios. Just 4 Marios. That's gonna be hard to kind of tell. Like,
see how this works out for you.
yeah, this is not good. This is gonna be terrible. Okay. Yep. Oh, I have to hit end.
Yeah.
Here we go. Shout out to my Canadians out there. What are we playing? Oh no. I don't know how hockey works. Oh, get it! I got it. Pass it to your mans. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Watch the technique. Watch the technique. Oh, watch the technique. That was terrible. I got it back though.
No.
What?
There we go. All right.
He didn't shoot.
Ooh, open net.
Oh my god. I do love the fact that the ice has Nintendo on it. That's pretty dope. Get it. No. Get it.
Ooh, done.
This is actually really fun. Also because I'm winning, so
Yeah, so it's loosely like foosball, or
Yeah, for sure. But you can like, can't you like?
because you're kind of controlling everyone at once.
If you hit B, don't you like kind of bum rush people
Yeah,
like that?
and by bum rush you mean check people.
Yeah, I don't know the hockey terms. Body, is that a term?
I think just in general, people get bodied. Oh, come on.
Well, how do you shoot? Is it not A?
I think it's B.
Oh, it's B. Ethan, this isn't looking good for you.
No.
We should have a tournament in the office. We'll just set this up somewhere. Just 2 pro controllers, though. We gotta have the right controllers.
Yeah.
None of this Joy-Con business. We just have to hit something.
They really, I think on the redesign, they really got to fix the Joy-Con.
You think so? What could they do to improve
I mean, because
it?
people talk about at some point when a new Switch model comes out, maybe a bigger screen, smaller bezel, but like I love to just have a slightly bigger sort of 3DS XL Joy-Con, where with like a real D-pad and some more substantial buttons.
Yeah, a real D-pad would be nice.
Or just one. I mean, because they're trying to fit a round peg in a square hole in terms of making the Joy-Con suitable as like a single-player controller, but also each individual one being used on its own. And I think if they kind of ditched the 2-player functionality and you just had one set of Joy-Con that were like locked onto the device, but that were better and weren't worried about having a duplicate set of controls and D-pads, it would be a lot better.
Yeah, me and Tim talked about how like I would love to see some Joy-Con.
Oh wow, really? You blocked that one? Okay, fine.
Some Joy-Cons that are like a little nicer for, like a little chunkier. I wouldn't mind some chunkier Joy-Cons.
Yeah, chunkier, and like these buttons if they were bigger.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't just if both of them weren't mirror images.
Yeah.
Of each other.
Like I get it. You want to like share the joy, but like also.
Well, and I'd be happy just to have like Joy-Con Pro or whatever, and then just have something that I could attach to my Switch when I just want to play it single player, but in handheld with again just a little better quality.
That's great.
I got a lot of requests, a lot of ideas. Call me up, Nintendo.
Call Ethernet. Just playing. Ooh!
All right, I think Mercy rules 10.
All right, fair enough.
Or next goal. Next goal wins. We could do that.
And then see me in soccer.
The classic pickup.
Or whatever else 2-player. Oh, damn. Yo, foul. I know there's no... Are there fouls? There's got to be fouls in hockey, right? I don't know hockey.
Yeah. No, it's just a lawless sport.
That's how I see it.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, that was nice. Yes, Nintendo. We did it.
Is that halftime or Nintendo time?
I think it might be Nintendo time. Oh yeah. Let's just finish it. Let's just finish the game. Or maybe next goal.
Yeah, let's finish the game. I don't know.
Not that fun. Let's play. No, this is actually really fun. I'm curious though, people in the chat, if you are, I mean, we've heard a couple. I pressed the wrong button. 50-50 chance, and I got it wrong. Curious to know what people in the chat think about Nintendo Online so far. No. Where's my mans? Get out of here. Not in my house. Swoop. Swoop. Oh, it's A, right? A to shoot.
I haven't figured. I've been pressing
I think it's
both.
B. I'm pretty sure it's B. I'm pretty sure B to shoot, A to pass. Oh. No. From downtown.
Wow, I think.
Get the. No, chill. No.
That definitely went behind, and then it kind of just scooped it back out of the goal.
This is actually a lot of fun. I'll be honest.
Back of the box quote right there. Switch online. ... Hockey.
I'll be honest. Are we doing one more? You just gonna go? All right. Get that out of my house. Well, shoot it! How do you shoot? I don't know how to shoot, man. Here we go. Hold on. Is it
I
B?
think it's on a delay,
B.
so you gotta.
Yeah, you gotta really plan it. Oh, foul. Let's go.
All right, there we go. I think the Mario meta's broken. They gotta nerf that guy.
He's too strong. All right, I forgot how to do this. This one. No. Suspend menu. Plus and ZR.
Just imagine all the people in the Nintendo office just laughing at everyone.
There we go.
Trying to figure out their secondary buttons.
It's weird because before I was one on this one, but now, yeah, this is bizarre. Okay, I guess we can wrap it up with one more game. What do you think? We've kind of covered all the bases here. Man, I was really hoping to play some Double Dragon 2
I think we throw some Yoshi on real quick.
Yoshi.
This is a game I never played on the NES.
Me neither.
Did not even know existed.
Did you? I played it last night, and I'd never played this before.
Because I knew about Yoshi's Cookie, but not Yoshi
Plus and SR. Oh, here we go.
Redux.
This game is it's interesting. Let's go this one. This is like nice and mellow. So it's a puzzle game.
Yeah.
The hell? So you can like.
You're trying to feed Yoshi stuff. That's all I know.
But you have to. Is it like Connect 3? Or do they have to be on top of each other?
I don't know. This is how. Take it back to the old days.
Figure it out.
You just got this new game. It's like, I don't understand. What am I supposed to do?
What am I supposed to do? Okay, so so I think they have to be on top of each other. Oh damn! Yo, what? Oh, you have to connect the egg piece. Connect the egg pieces. Oh, I should have done that. Oh damn!
Did not realize there were boos so early on in the series. I don't know when this game came out, but because Super Mario World was the first time I ever saw them.
It's dumb that they don't connect. There
you go. There's the other half.
Wow, this game is interesting. Wait, so what? You have to connect the egg pieces. I really do feel like I'm 8 years old trying to figure this out.
Switch Online, making me regress into adolescence.
Making me question everything. Am I not getting points for that? I am getting points. I have a score. I have a score. Okay, now there's squids. Oh my god. We can't end on this game.
No.
This is not good. So he wants on the bottom right here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh, so yeah, you need to connect top half egg with bottom half egg. Oh, that's a top half one.
Was that the chat? Were you just reading the chat?
Yeah. No, I just googled it real quick. Okay. But that's not gonna happen though, because that disappears. So you have to make like a path for this thing. So I'm gonna leave that right there. Right. That's another bottom piece. You don't want that. Let's see what happens if we figure it out. They keep giving me the wrong things. Oh, I messed up.
Just like in real life.
Ooh, Nintendo, shots fired. Make sure to email Ethan.
Not Nintendo, just in general.
Needs a real.
Sitting at home making a recipe. Realize you have none of the ingredients.
Here we go. Look.
All right, there we go.
All right, cool.
So is Yoshi just eating little Yoshis?
That was good. Okay, we did it. All right, let's play some Zelda. It's interesting though, because we had a Viewpoints episode, me and Chris Kohler, where we talked about. Oh, hold on, I gotta figure out what start is again. Okay. Do I have a suspend point? No, I don't. And we talked about we'd love a like a Netflix style service for retro games, and I didn't realize. So people in the comments were linking me to things that actually already exist, but the catalogs there weren't like great from what I remember.
What were some examples?
I forgot what it was called. Why can't I do anything?
You don't have a sword yet.
I gotta go back. I thought I was playing last night.
Come on, Zelda 101 here.
I thought it continued. Yeah, I know. I get it. So I forget what the exact what the exact games were or what the actual service was called, but like there is something really dope about being able to just like quickly load up into a game like this. And I mean, granted, they're just like tiny NES games, but still, like it's pretty dope. Like you can see where it'll go. Oh shit, where it'll go. It's hard to play with single Joy-Con.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, it's
not a fan.
It's a disaster. No, it's. I think it's kind of like if you think about the early days of Netflix streaming,
right?
When your subscription was like limited to a certain number of megabytes, and the offering was really poor. It'll be interesting. Well, it's kind of like you hit a critical mass with services like this, where once you get maybe to 100 games or 200, or you have like SNES in addition. I think you reach enough stuff where it becomes really cool. For sure.
And I mean, we talked about it before, but like seeing some N64 games being offered in this would be like killer. Buy something. I'm still broke though, right?
Yeah, you have no money.
I got no money. Sorry, dog.
I mean, and the trade-off is always, if instead of doing this, Nintendo remastered some of these games, or made, for instance, basically, so you were playing the Capcom beat 'em up anthology,
right?
And it's kind of, you imagine like, all right, well, what if all of these sports games were wrapped up into like a $10 or $15 bundle, but they had slightly more work put into them to add some additional features and kind of help with quality of life issues, whereas this is a very much like what you would have gotten back in the 80s on your NES.
Yeah, there's definitely like a return to that stuff. Like we saw the trailer for the Sega Genesis Classics. Now it's coming on Switch, which I think is actually kind of a perfect fit. Even though if you're asking me, I'd rather play Streets of Rage than Final Fight.
And honestly, all of those anthologies really have replaced sort of the virtual store. I mean, obviously they're still being sold. The transaction itself is pretty much the same, but basically they're getting their sort of own separate releases. The Mega Man X Legacy Collection was great.
Okay, I'm going to do one last game, and then we'll call it. Actually, I played baseball last night. Not terrible. Also, I'm going to do this because I can't deal with these single Joy-Con anymore. Star Fox is awesome, but after about 8 hours, I think I'd be just about done with Star Fox for a few years. Yeah, I played it for a little bit on the SNES Classic, and I was like, man, I remember this game blowing my mind as a kid. Like 3D graphics. It has got a 3D graphics chip.
Yeah, it's hard. Editor-in-Chief Steven Totillo actually gave me his old NES.
Oh, cool.
And I was like, "What? You don't want this?" And he's like, "Nah, I'm not playing any of these games." He's very, very down on a lot of games. Basically, he doesn't look back with rose-colored glasses, and it's perfectly fine, kind of just like moving past and playing more modern stuff. And I think that's definitely something you realize with a lot of these games. It's kind of like looking through a photo album, and it's really cool to see all these old sort of memories. But then you put it away for several years and don't look at it again.
Yeah,
because you've gotten what you've needed.
I mean, even like my SNES Classic, like I played it a lot when I first got it, but now it's just like on a shelf, And that's kind of like the cool thing about those, at least, is like you can. It's still sort of a decorative piece. You're like, look at that little tiny cute SNES I have on my shelf there. Come on, fam. Yo, he juked me.
Slowest juke in the world.
It's interesting though, because like you only play these as like kids, and
I've always been terrible at Donkey Kong.
Oh man, it's hard. It's tough.
You got to time the jump. It's not intuitive at all.
And you only move like. Oh god. All right, I'm gonna do one more, and then maybe we'll call it for today. After
any last questions from the chat?
Yeah, let us know if you have any questions and or comments. I'm still curious about what people think, because like I still don't really have that much of like an opinion about it yet. It's just like, yeah, sure, it's an online service that I feel like obligated to have to pay for, just because like, in the event that I want to play Splatoon 2 or something else.
Yeah, I think kind of my takeaway so far has been the price tag of like $1.30 or $60 or whatever it comes out to if you do the $20 a year subscription is going to be a sort of it's going to be a defense of like, well, any issues you might have with it or any shortcomings are okay because it only costs this much.
Right.
And I think honestly a pretty strong rebuttal to that is like, well, I love the Switch. I love playing games on the Switch. I'd be happy to pay more money, $5 a month or something more for a much better service. Like, instead of this being worse than PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live Gold, but being a lot cheaper, what if it were better?
Right.
And cost the same amount or something. So I think it's kind of like you're always looking at the opportunity cost of what could have been, and it's definitely very early days. And I think there's nothing, there's nothing I would say like, oh, like you have a Switch, you need to get this right now.
Yeah.
There's a 7-day free trial, so there's no reason not to try it out. But I could very easily see if you're not a super heavy Splatoon player or Mario Kart player, or you love Smash Bros, but you don't plan on playing Ultimate Smash Bros online,
right.
then you might just wait it out and see how things like this NES collection and other stuff develops in the next 6 months.
Oh, shit. Yeah, Hapler in the chat says he thinks we hit it earlier. Like, he doesn't own Splatoon or any other online games, but once the Netflix part has hit critical mass, it will be kind of hard not to subscribe. So I'm curious as to, like, did they talk about, they might have already, but when the new games come out, they'll sort of be like in rotation, right? It won't just be like in addition.
My understanding it's all additive.
Oh, that's okay. So that's a little interesting. That's a little easier to sort of digest in a way.
October, November, and December of this year, I think there's 2 or 3 games that'll be added each month. So come January 2019, there should be about 30 or so. And so it's similar to, everyone is kind of very focused on Nintendo right now, but honestly, Xbox has been doing this with Game Pass, and they've been doing it for new and much more recent games. And Game Pass started out, and it was very much like, okay, it's fine. If there's a couple of games in Game Pass you really want to play, then sure, pay the $7, $8, or $10 a month for it. But now it's gotten to the point where there's consistently decent stuff being added every month that makes it much more worth it. And so I think that this will be similar, where if it can get to that point in the next year, and maybe add NES games to it, it's something Nintendo said in an interview earlier in the summer with IGN that they were open to doing. And there's been some rumors that there's already people who have data mined stuff in Switch have already suggested that there's clues that they might be looking to do that, and obviously it seems like a no-brainer. But I think if they add that stuff in the future, it'll make it a lot. If by next summer this has the equivalent of an NES Classic and an SNES Classic on it, it'll be a much stronger offering.
Yeah, for sure. I was trying to read chat, and I totally missed that pitch for a second.
I'm sure. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, Slayer's talking about the problem with digital games and how they don't carry over from generation to generation. And I think that's people have been making jokes, again, to go back to Microsoft, making jokes about how Xbox One already has backwards compatibility with majority of Xbox 360 games and original Xbox games. And theoretically, I think that the strong assumption is at this point that whatever future Xbox comes down the road will include that same backwards compatibility now that the sort of internal PC architecture is so standardized. Mm-hmm. And I do think that'll be interesting to see, like, if this is, presumably in 5 years, if Nintendo comes out with a brand new console, like, I think at this point it's like a service like this would need to carry over and keep growing. They couldn't start from scratch each time.
That's what I mean.
Because a lot of people have already bought a lot of these games multiple times across 3DS, Wii, and Wii U. And so
I've bought like Super Mario 3, like, I feel like I forget how many times I bought it at this point, like on 3DS and Wii and Wii U, or
right.
It's like just like, Yeah, I mean that's kind of what we were arguing in our like episode of Viewpoints. Is like, man, if I could just like load this, if I could sign in to this like in Chrome, like on my laptop or something, and just play Zelda,
Right.
that'd be awesome. Like my save state on Zelda, or just play through whatever. It'd be really cool, but I don't know. I guess we're not there yet.
Well, and that's the other. There's there's an interesting potential there even because, Nintendo recently has been putting games on mobile to sort of push its brands elsewhere. So Animal Crossing, Mario, and Pokemon, and it'll be interesting to see. There's no reason why they couldn't do something similar with these games, because I don't know how much of a selling point it is for the Switch. I don't think anyone's going out and buying a Switch to get access to NES games, but once you have sort of this program built out, there's no reason why you couldn't also bring it to mobile or to PC. Because all it is getting people, excited about your games, and maybe then they do want to play the new Mario or something else. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. Nintendo's obviously very protective and territorial and very much a closed media ecosystem, but who knows? Maybe in 5 years you could have a Netflix-like library of games that's accessible not just on a Switch platform.
That's all I want. That's all I want. Is this Deadspin? No.
We should get Deadspin to weigh in on these games.
Man, imagine you mess that up. I don't think you can. I think the game just sort of takes over. 'Cause I was trying to mess it up, but maybe I'm just too good, Ethan. Oh, come on. Easy. Double play. Oh, what?
Wait, what?
I don't know what happened.
I thought that was like I thought the guy was trying to steal third, and you're like, all right, I gotta get over there.
No, I'm pretty sure I pressed up. I don't know how this works, but damn, that was a
Fast ball.
damn. All right, that might be a good place to end it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was just a quick look at the Nintendo Switch Online service so far. We kind of both agree it's like a decent selection so far. There's some obvious things that are missing, I think, at least in terms of the initial lineup, but we can definitely see, hopefully, that they'll add them later on. And I guess I'm gonna try today and tomorrow to try to play more of the online stuff with some people that I know and see if that works. But
one thing I will say for anyone who has done the free trial or downloaded the app, if you have a Japanese Nintendo account, which all that's required to have one is you just make a Nintendo account with another email and set the location as Japan, and then sign on to it on your Switch, and you can actually access the Japan eShop and download the Famicom version of all these games.
And the cover art is so much better.
Yeah, so there's a blip on the front page of Kotaku talking about it, and yeah, you get to see all the much better Famicom box art, and also you can play the Famicom versions of the games, which have some small differences in for particular titles like Super Mario Bros. 3. Usually the Famicom games are a little bit harder, but it's always just it'll be nice to have, because potentially in the future, as Nintendo has done in the past, I'm going to guess that the Famicom version of the Switch Online app will be getting slightly different games down the road.
Ooh.
So you have to play them all in Japanese, but it's so far you only need a single online subscription in order to access both.
That's good to know. Actually, I definitely want to keep that in mind. I might do that actually after this, so at least I have it on my Switch. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Really appreciate it, and we'll see you around.
Yep. Have a good one.